How we doing, everybody? It's loading in. About to kick off our August of 2020 promotion and award ceremony. After ceremony, we have a brief gap, and then we will be conducting next operational mission for Operation Blue Giant here. So stay tuned following this.
Everyone's got to wear a reflective belt. Ensure maximum safety.
I want a booty hat.
Guys, make sure to stay up for and rest while playing. Major. Optimal.
I have no
Oh,
life.
shit.
It's the line, for fuck's sake.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Ten mics. Stop, Sergeant. You shaved.
I don't have the mustache anymore?
Okay. Negative.
I'll fix that, don't worry.
You got glue? Like Play-Doh. Yeah, Sergeant Brock was our own little personal chia pet.
Just saying the man has clean lines.
Every time I look at Staff Sergeant Vandal's face in game with the mustache, it reminds me of Thorny from Super Troopers. Alright, who wants a mustache ride?
Did you see the new one too?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Jesus.
The Canadian Mounties.
Well, come on, play Game of Sorry.
User joined your channel.
You're breaking my immersion.
Someone entered the building. It's
Stop
not
by
usually
fast.
in this
Oh, yeah.
Stop breaking the immersion.
Or next.
Someone dropped into the field.
One undo their fucking fly.
Is it just me, or does the fob change, like the fob name change every week?
Fob has a name? Yeah, it's
What?
Fob Watchdog, dog. No,
Watch.
it's been Watchdog.
Has it been?
Yeah, it's been Watchdog since we've been to the airfield.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, we've been changing maps, though, so...
Yeah, it does change when we change maps, but this one, I'm pretty sure, has been Fob Watchdog the entire time.
No, Dio.
Well, I'm gonna go grab a snack.
Look at Cooper in his cool helmet.
God, Cooper's got such a cool helmet.
Come on, it's pretty fucking dope. You know where they get the little fucking like shark face paint on the bottom?
Wow.
It usually looks dope as shit. He just doesn't have the face paint.
Sadly, I'm not allowed to wear that.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
That
Auntie
one
gets
would've been
fucking
dope.
angry if I do that.
That would have been dope as hell.
I know, and I want to have the black helmet with the American flag on it. That looks good as fuck. But sadly, I'm not cool enough.
Right here, Hampton.
Loser.
Right here.
I know, right?
Look, we're
I'm not
very
giving-
vanilla over here, okay?
Put your
Hey,
weapon
what?
in the bag.
Said we're very vanilla over here, okay?
Okay.
On this one, right?
have more than one shot.
Three cab promotes a sense of normalism.
So when I let go,
Yeah, can you go look at 3 Cab's ankles right now? Because that has to suck.
No, no, no.
Oh.
I'm gonna occupy the shelter, so I'm gonna.
That's how they. That's how they like massage their cankles.
We're gonna get to the right.
He's
Okay, yeah, I
stretching
wanted to
out.
make sure it wasn't. Okay, toggle.
I forgot what it's called. Toggle, right? Yeah.
All right, fourth. Robert Adams.
How's everybody doing? We got about 6 mics until we kick off here. So if you're tuning in, say hello. Look forward to today's ceremony. We actually have a fairly large ceremony in terms of information and awards given off. Some stuff that's coming up here in August that you're definitely going to want to be a part of, or at least listen into. So. Alright. ETA 5 mics. So currently right now, we are at Fob Watchdog. So mission that we will be participating in today is mission Melton Pillar, or Pillar, brought to you by our S2 Intel. In between our Zeus, our main Zeuses, with Corporal Scanar, Sergeant Lewis, First Sergeant Brock as well. We'll be conducting today's operation. Today I'm going to be hopefully just hitting the ground running and taking some bullets for my men. Something I do really well at. So we'll keep having fun today. Hopefully, you know, if I'm dead a lot, then at least there'll be some talking. You know, I can always have story time with Major. So when I'm dead or unconscious.
Is Arma allowed to be this peaceful?
Impossible.
No, everyone's got their weapons on their back, but still someone's gonna end up NDing right now. Watch.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bring any
Negative.
grenades or smokes.
Got any doubts? Go ahead and use your safeties.
I also have my safety on too.
Also known as your pointer finger.
Hey, am I allowed to like take?
Yeah, there's actually a safety function on the Control F.
Keep your booger.
Can we get
off the
ambushed right
trigger.
now? That,
This
is
is
that
my
realistic?
Control tilde for safety.
This is my safety, sir.
Do we just walk like if you go up there? Do you just walk up and then stand beside?
No, you turn right, you turn
Yeah.
around, and then you walk all the way around, and then you stand there, I think, and you just salute, I think.
Yeah, but do you like? Do
You
you
might
stay,
lock it
no,
up.
no, you just stand there.
Come up.
Look, my mic's breaking.
It's yours.
I know, it's fucking.
No,
fucked up.
TACCOM said shut the fuck up. Major LaFlash, op company is all present and accounted for, sir.
Oh. Post. All right. Hey, War Eagles, 3 Cab, how you doing? We have month of August to celebrate today. Some of you, this is your very first formation with us. I'll be announcing our inductees in the month of July. So obviously that will be their first potentially. We had two re-enlistments, but be able to understand why and what we do this. This is mostly a ceremony for being able to recognize, appreciate, and thank our soldiers in our unit. In terms of what they've done on the combat side, what they've done on the administrative side of serving within the 3rd Infantry Division. We have these the first Sunday of every month at 1300. So I know we have some people tuning in for on the streams as they can't make this time frame. But then, as you continue to grow teams, grow your leadership, grow just your community in general as your squad, the more the better that we can celebrate. It's nice to be able to have people post up here so we can put I guess you could say, a name to the voice, or the name to the avatar of what we do. So the month of July was fairly eventful. It wasn't definitely over the years our typical July in terms of LOAs or even AWOLs, outs, things like that. We did decrease in size just a titch from our July, 3rd ceremony. But ultimately, we also brought in a fairly good amount of soldiers to kind of bounce back towards the end. And then obviously early September, or early August here, we're already 7 days in, so almost a week into our August month. So, I feel August is going to, this definitely started off as a extremely solid month for us in terms of combat, in terms of recruitment, in terms of really what we'll be announcing and talking about today. So first, some of the notes. So today we are going to be launching into Operation Blue Giant mission Molten Pillar. This mission today is going to have some large-scale engagements. So if you have some battle buddies that aren't currently in formation right now, you have about 2 hours to try to, hopefully they get home and get online. because we're going to need every body possible, and a lot of rounds downrange today. It's the engagements with our the Wagner Group forces. So we know from just prior experiences, those are a little bit more equipped than the Russian separatists that we've been going up against in the past couple months. We've had some brushes with them, and they definitely throw a lot of lead at us. So let's just make sure that we're prepared today in terms of body count. Let's get our battle buddies online, as well as our equipment that we're ready to go. Some things for the month of August that are in the plans. Force Improvement Group is going to be putting together a Combat Lifesaver course for the end of August, August 25th. That's at 1900 EST. So if you are aspiring to be a medic of some sort, Combat Lifesaver is your first step to getting that status or having that ability to move into that medical slot. Combat Lifesavers are those that are extremely important on the front lines to us. Especially me, because I'm tend to be down quite a bit, if you haven't seen or noticed. Another humongous thing that's coming in the month of August, August 20th and 21st at 1100 on that Saturday and Sunday of the 20th, 21st. Force Improvement under the leadership of First Sergeant Brock. We are hosting a Warrior Leadership course. This is, to some, your step to get into that leadership role if you're not already. We teach everything we need to know and what we expect of our leaders through our leadership development. I've always been one to say this isn't a gaming unit. This is a self-development unit. We're constantly trying to improve. I'm always trying to improve my leadership as well as the soldiers below. We have static leaders below and going all the way through from fire team leader all the way up to platoon leader, first sergeant, that lead from the front every day and that take care of our troops. And WLC is kind of that first step to being able to have some of those leadership traits, at least for you to learn. I'm a firm believer that you're not born a leader, you grow into being a leader. I also am a firm believer that you never arrive at being a leader. So there's always continuous improvement, and there's always ways of trying to improve yourself and those around you. And that's leadership, building relationships. So there's a sign up already posted. It does have some requirements to be able to attend that course, including being the rank of specialist. Is one of them. Some PFCs are waived. If you are a PFC and have your squad leader approaches you with some potential of going into this course, squad leaders have the ability to waive that specialist rank down to PFC. This is a course that we tend to run. We try to run 3-4 times a year. This is only our second time this year. The summer really kind of flew by. We got into Operation Blue Giant pretty heavily. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll at least get our third course in. So if you missed this one, note that there's another one hopefully towards the end of the year. One thing I didn't have wrote down is that we're also going to be putting together this fall a advanced leadership course. That's for those that are currently in, could be FTLs, but mostly squad leads, to move forward in their leadership through that course as well. Some other notes I have, August 21st, so the final day of our WLC, but also our Operation Day. We have a community spotlight live stream joining us. The community manager of Arma 3 for Bohemian Interactive will be joining our unit for the day to do a live stream. He's been doing a couple of these throughout the Arma 3 communities. And community manager Leclerc will be stopping in, basically be one of us today or that day. He'll be streaming it on the Arma platform's YouTube and Twitch page, so that obviously has a large following. So it's quite the honor to be able to have some conversations with the community manager. We go kind of way back to the early days of a third ID versus a unit that he was in, playing America's Army together. But he's an awesome guy to hang around with, to know. And I think he'll have a blast with us that day on the 21st. The goal is to throw him in right into the squads, so he can get the frontline action and those that watch that Arma platform social media pages will be able to see what the third ID does. So that's a hell of an honor to be able to have that. So that's coming August 21st during our ceremony, or during our operational mission that day. So that's some of the notes to start off. Usually we love to call up and celebrate soldiers that have hit an anniversary in our unit. In this case, we have Specialist Poltrak, who is coming up on his 2-year anniversary in the unit. Poltrak has been up to the rank of specialist, or is a specialist now, but has been all the way up to staff sergeant. Took a non-punitive to step back. He was our squad leader for quite a while, leading one of our combat squads, and has done an outstanding job in these 2 years. It's a true leader to know that, okay, I got a busy time coming ahead of me. I need to step back and hand my leadership to another soldier, and step back into the role that he is now as a specialist. That's kind of a sign of a true leader to know when to do that. So we're excited to announce his 2-year here tomorrow. Actually, is his 2-year anniversary. We then have our newest squad leader, Sergeant Ivan, who has just taken over first squad, who is, as of today, actually is his 1-year anniversary in the unit. So with that, I'll be contacting the sergeant. We issue and give out, I should say, our anniversary gifts for our 1-year anniversary soldiers, as well as our 3, 5, and then 5 years, every 5 years after that. So each one gets a little bigger. It's nothing like, I'm not sending anybody to Tahiti or Hawaii. That's reserved for my 20-year here in a couple of years. We'll see. We need some work on that. We need some work on that unit fund. So wink, wink, for that to happen. But a big congratulations to the sergeant. I'll be in contact to get his contact information so I can ship him his anniversary gift for serving 1 year with us. So
Hooah.
All right, so on to July inductees. We had quite a few overall. Kovic Wolf was a re-enlistment. Rue, Montana, Kainak, Rao, Franklin, which was also a re-enlistment. Peach, Groupman, and Diaz were all new soldiers that enlisted with us or rejoined us in the month of July since last ceremony. So these soldiers add to our rank structure, add into our squads, are able to really just pick up that rifle right away and start being here for us, and hopefully bring in some buddies in some of those cases. So big welcome, and hopefully you're feeling right at home so far. If not, make sure you get with that first line leader of yours and tell them how it is, so we can make sure you're enjoying your time here. And one thing that will be given to all of these soldiers is our soldier development questionnaire, which is given to them about that 30 to 45 day time frame of enlistment. And it's really for them to rate us as a unit, but our recruiters are the one that make sure that happens, that is given off to them, so that we can get some honest feedback. What are we doing good? What do you like about us? What aren't we doing good? Or what would you like to see happen? Leadership that doesn't listen to the masses is obviously not going to be leading very long. That's something that I feel as a unit we do extremely well at on every level of leadership, is making sure that open door policy, that we get that feedback. It's not always actionable feedback that we can actually do something with, but at least being heard and listened to is really half the battle in some of these other groups that I've been told. I don't know. I haven't been in any other milsim besides this one, so I just try to do what we do. So that's it for the kind of the important announcements. One last thing I was going to mention this with Sergeant Ivan. 1 year. Sergeant Ivanov was our very first graduate. Those that haven't heard, I know it's fairly new and only squad leaders currently right now are going through the course. But under the leadership of Staff Sergeant Vandal and Sergeant Winters, First Sergeant, they've been developing and putting together a squad leader development course. It's a combination of leadership and tactical ability in terms of making sure that our squad leaders, and sooner or later, as we process through all our current squad leaders, the 2 ICs is really what this course is meant for. Anybody that's in that 2 IC slot, learning the leadership role, how to become a squad leader, making sure that we're set, and that we don't take a step back when we have to swap out or a squad leader moves on to a different role. A squad, that's detrimental to the squad, so we want to make sure our 2 ICs are really just as good as our SLs, so that we don't see that backwards momentum when a new squad leader takes over. So congratulations to the sergeant, being our first, what I would call a guinea pig. I was there for his tactical assessment, and got to read through all of his classroom instruction as well. That was given to him, and just outstanding job to him. Honestly, he done so well that I was very impressed, not only with himself, but then just the ability of the squad leader development course. So big hooah to him. Hooah. All right. First off, I would like to have Marsh, McKinsey, and Specialist D. Frost post. About face. Alright, so these 3 gentlemen are hereby being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. So these soldiers are being awarded this medal for donating to our unit fund, so also known as the Major LaFlash Hawaii Fund, in 3 years. So these 3, we have Specialist Marsh being awarded this medal with V device for donating over $50. He actually donated $100, so the actual total is $100 to get that V device, and being able to do that, that's a good chunk of money right off the bat to start off our July donation goal, followed by Specialist McKinsey for $50 and Specialist Frost here for $50. So in the month of July we took in 200, which outstanding. We haven't missed a goal in probably coming up on 2 years, which is phenomenal. It's not about necessarily hitting the goals all the time, as we do have very dedicated soldiers in this unit that when the goal comes up short, will always chip in and throw in just to hit it, which is extremely I'm honored to have soldiers like that a part of. I'm very proud of the soldiers that do that. But to me, financing in the unit is very important. It supplies our unit fund, which then also supplies our AWS servers, which hosts our servers here, our TeamSpeak, our website. Supplies our unit fund for our unit anniversary gifts as well. So it's really not me sending off unit anniversary gifts. It's you sending off unit anniversary gifts to yourselves. So I highly thank these 3 and continue to do what you do. Hooah.
Hooah.
Hooah. Alright. About face. Thanks again, soldiers. Fall back in. Those that want to donate, it is on our front page of our website or under the home tab. The new August one is currently up. Sometimes people try to trick me and donate like right before ceremony to see if I can get it, but I hope I didn't miss it this time. Next up, if I can get myself, we got Vandal, Garcia, Lewis, Cooper, Babel, Donley, Bird, Brighton, Flanagan, and Pendergast to post. There you go, yeah, cover down a little bit. Alright, about face and then straighten up. There we go. Alright, so this large gaggle is hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. Good Conduct Medal is awarded up to 4 times a year for just that, good service, good conduct. These soldiers haven't had any AWOL lapses. TPR when they aren't going to be present. Are an upstanding soldier in our unit. They're not ones to cause issues, or they take care of their people and those around them. So Again, this is a medal that's awarded every 3 months of service, so up to 4 times a year. So you can max this out pretty quick in our unit, and it's much appreciated that these soldiers show up every day, do their duty, do what they say they're going to do, and do it well. So congratulations. Above us. Fall back in. Yeah, I noticed the scarf. Alright. Next up, if I can get Warrant Officer Dio and Specialist 5s post. Buffers. Alright, these two soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the JSAM. So each one has a little citation here. So Warrant Officer Dio, since joining our BMO team as a roster maintenance specialist, the Warrant Officer continues to set the example for his colleagues in BMO. In addition to day-to-day requests in every single week for the past few months, Dio sets out to complete the Drill Sergeant Journal and does so flawlessly. We have then Specialist 5s for outstanding performance in our recruiting and retention. Since joining RRO in late June, Specialist 5s has been the driving force for recruitment in our recruiting and retention office, having processed the most NSOs in the month of July. So that inductee list that I announced earlier, you know, Specialist 5s was a large portion of why those soldiers got into our unit. And continue to just strive and sets the example as a recruiter and soldier that conducts NSOs within our unit. So big thank you, big congratulations to both these soldiers. Buffets. Alright, fall back in. One thing with the JSAM as well as these soldiers fall back in, it can only be awarded for DMOS duty. So those that are looking, you know, there's actually a slew of medals if you read through our awards page that can only be done through excellence, only be awarded and earned through excellence in our DMOSs. So if you haven't already, check out those DMOSs. Next up, if I can get Adams, Groupman, and Chaz post. Above us. Alright, these three soldiers, two in front of you right now, are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of Private First Class, E3. One thing with E3 that I actually had to waiver this one, as I'll just be blunt, you know, as private second classes, as PFCs, as specialists, as anybody in our unit, clans list voting is a thing. We'll be announcing some soldiers that are awarded a medal just for voting, honestly. But we want to make sure that we're doing our part. I explained this to actually in a recent NSO that I conducted, is that really it shows how selfless you are to be able to do that. You don't really benefit much besides obviously being promotable for voting on clans list, but it shows how selfless you are. These soldiers that are earning you know, 60 plus votes or 60 votes in a calendar month, how selfless they are. It doesn't benefit them in terms of anything, but it really gets us on the top of that scale, on the top of that ranking page as well. So make sure you're reading over your promotion and award requirements, definitely that promotion requirements if you're looking for that next rank, because if you didn't get it today, there's a chance that obviously one of those requirements was missed. And this one, I just wanted to make sure that's a call out. As PFCs, this is really your first step into the unit. Outside of a training environment promotion to private second class. Let's just make sure you're doing what you're doing. Outstanding job making it to this point, to your very first promotion in ceremony today. You know, it opens up so many more things being a PFC, including being a fire team leader. So make sure that you lead from the front, you show that you want to be here, and you have a very bright career throughout our unit. So congratulations, PFCs. Ooh. All right, Buffus. Congratulations, fall back in. Alright, next up, if I can get Winters, Bills, Shade, Babel, and Kidon, post. I'm tired too. Sound Winters.
Different keyboard, sir.
Hey. Alright, Balface. Hey, Montana. Thanks for the follow, bud. Alright. So these, let's see, what is that? 5 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal. So this is one said medal that is only awarded for service in a DMOS. In this case, it is really a time in service style medal. So these soldiers that I announced are hereby being have been in their current DMOS or a DMOS for at least 6 calendar months. So in this case, Sergeant Winters, 6 months in FIG. Sergeant Bills, 6 months in FIG. Sergeant Shade, 6 months in our base maintenance operations. Corporal Babel for 6 months in CID, combat imaging documentation. And then Specialist Kidon for 6 months of service within BMO as well. So the longevity there, one thing that is really going on the admin side, the DMOS side, is our NCOICs and OICs, making sure that the soldiers in these DMOSs are actually doing the job that they signed up to do. You know, so you don't make it to 6 months by not doing something in those DMOSs, and these soldiers have shined throughout that 6 months. I know every single one of these has been up here for a JSAM or some other DMOS style medal for excellence in those 6 months, and it surely doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate their service to the admin side of our unit. Hua. Alright, Buffface. Thanks again, soldiers. Fall back in. Alright. So this next list is quite large. So let's see, I have Brighton, Groupman, Nickus, McMahon, Kidon, Flanagan. Hold on, I gotta get my cheat sheet. I think you know who you are if I'm having to look at this. Shardell? Damn it, I messed it up. Shirtle. And then Gray, go ahead, post. Alright, so while they're posting, quick thing on that. Platoon staff took it upon themselves to literally spell it out in like, sure I ordle for me on the.
Me, Major. That was me.
I highly appreciate that, but I still fucked it up. Alright. About face? Alright. So these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. So with that, I'll read some citations, which I'll be a little long-winded here because people love to type. We have Brighton for exceptional work as an automatic rifleman during combat mission Cannon Net, helping with the squad move from objective Boyascara. Because of his actions, Scorpion was able to move onto the objective and clear it out. We have Private Groupman, as a time being awarded an AAM as a as a private second class, which is outstanding for one. For exceptional work as a squad member during the whole month of July, developing his skills and whatever is needed for first squad. So outstanding job there. PFC Nickus, operational mission Rabbit Chase. When the FOB was under attack, the PFC's skills and reaction time helped us destroy a T-72 Bravo and a BMP. Due to his actions, and the rest of the platoon could move into the objective and defended it against the separatists. We have Warrant Officer McMahon has gone above and beyond, showing that she was made for flight helping others make sure that all their flight duties are done at the highest standards, also making sure that she is here for all missions and squad drills. We have Specialist Kidon with C device, Specialist led from the front as he temporarily took over the role of being Alpha TL, while as TL, he also had to fill in as the SL. During the mission, Specialist Kidon showed great team leadership skill by coordinating with his team and the other fire teams. He followed the instructions accurately under the immense pressure from the enemy fire. He also proven to secure his fire team members' welfare more than his by risking his own life to retrieve a fallen fire team member under heavy fire. With all those actions during a highly intense situation, Specialist Kidon showed professionalism on both his field decision and combat actions. We have PFC Flanagan with C device. PFC has proven his performance beyond his common role. Every mission where the leader goes down, he has been seen taking over and organizing the fire team continue function. And not just that fire team, but the whole striker as well. In mission block tower, or tower block, sorry, Flanagan was often seen pushing through enemy fire to reach a location of another squad's mass cash situation, pulling the wounded into cover, treating them, and moving to save others as well, getting shot. We have PFC Shortle. I'll just say that. With C device, the PFC is the definition of exceptional combat lifesaver. In many missions, he reduced the number of times people were either wounded or incapacitated, being the solution to mass cast and Patrol 8. PFC took with ease the role of platoon medic and maneuvered between different squads, managing to treat all casualties and acting as Phoenix fire team member as well. I could always be heard saying, "Fives, I'm needed," before his squad leader signaled to him to jump into the enemy fire and save the platoon comrades. Specialist Gray with C device during the mission tower block. Specialist Gray went above and beyond duties expected of him. The specialist recognized the shortage of trained medical personnel present and took up the mantle of both CLS and team leader. During this, he was both able to successfully lead his men as well as respond to numerous mass cash incidents that arose, saving the men of other squads and allowing us to fight another day. So as you can see, I mean, each one of these as a Army Achievement Medal is a mixture of going above and beyond, you know, that bravery, leadership. Touched on almost every single one of those, that they took care of their troops, that they made sure that they are up and running, that they are upright, not unconscious, as a lot of those had some medical knowledge and instruments involved in how they got the Army Achievement Medal. But it goes without saying that without soldiers like this, we would have definitely been in the heart during any of those patrols or combat missions. So a big thank you and congratulations. Hooah.
Hooah. Hooah.
Hooah. Alright, about face. Alright, go ahead, fall back in. Hooah. Alright, so next up, if I can get Groupman, Siegel, Vrew, Adams, Diaz, and Peach. Post. There you go. And go ahead, about face, and then cover down a little bit. There you go. All right. So these, I got 6 soldiers. 4 of you in front today are hereby being awarded your first Combat Infantry Stage badge. So we award the CIB only once per operation, not once per mission. So soldiers that are receiving their second or further I mean, they've been here a while. This is your first combat engagement in the month of July within our unit. All these soldiers that I listed are that E1, E2, maybe E3 rank, as they, got out of their basic training, and this is really their first combat ops. And we look forward to seeing other combat operations from you, but then also just in general the longevity of your careers here, so that you can hit stage 2, stage 3. Those that don't know, our operations usually last 8 to 10 to 11 months each. So to continue to move up in the stages, it's a long-term investment to be able to hit those. So this is your first one, so hopefully we see you back up here most likely next year to be able to hit stage 2. So congratulations. Hua.
What?
Well,
All right, Balface. Go ahead, fall back in. Congratulations, soldiers. Alright. Next up, if I can get Bird, Crafty, and Sorgel post. Shiordle. There it is. Shiordle, right? That's pretty close. That has to be. That's going to bother me. He's not even here to hear it all either. Alright. Buffets. Alright, so these soldiers, 2 in front of you, and luckily the guy I keep slathering his name, that's most likely going to see this on playback, are hereby being promoted to the grade rank of E4 Specialist. This is what we call entering the E4 Mafia. We talk about the E4 Mafia as being, kind of the lax or the goofballs, or, you don't mess with the E4 Mafia because they come in force. We have a fair amount of our specialists in the unit, but honestly, they're experts. They're experts in all things ground infantry. They're experts in everything getting out of details, in terms of not having to do things because they'll pawn it off to the lower enlisted. It's kind of that perfect rank to where you don't have to be a leader necessarily to be a specialist, but you do have to know enough and be present enough and be active enough to be an expert and to get that rank. One thing that our specialists are really known for, as well as being the base of the unit, but they also serve in our DMOSs. Every specialist and higher you see in the unit is at least serving in one DMOS in our unit, and as I've said earlier, those are the lifeblood of a lot of obviously admin things that we do in our group. So a big thank you to these 3 for continuous to serve. Specialist opens you up to a lot of other things, as I mentioned, WLC. This now makes you eligible to attend, regardless if you're in an FTL slot. So a big thank you and congratulations on achieving the E4 Mafia.
What?
Alright, Belface. Congratulations, specialists. Fall back in. Alright, next up, do I have Franklin here? Post. Alright, Balface. Alright, PSC Franklin, you were on our inductees list in the month of July or early August here. Your re-enlistment back to us. We're extremely happy to have you here. You've served with us honorably your first tour with us, so it's great to have you in. Recently just an honor grad, but then was brought in, or being able to conduct what he does. He also is hereby being awarded his Combat Infantry Badge Stage 2, being that he served in our prior operation in his previous tour. This technically in the month of July was his second combat operation with us, so congratulations on hitting that stage 2. Cool.
Ooh.
What?
Alright, Buffets.
Ooh.
Fall back in. Cool. Congrats, PFC. Hey, thanks for the subscription, troll. Alright, so next up, if I can get Garcia post. Alright, Buffets. All right, Sergeant Garcia is here, our Widowmaker Doc. So fairly new to his role as a platoon doc. Has served in several others, including as not only just a platoon or a squad CLS and squad medic, getting in there as our fire team leader. He's a wealth of knowledge. He replaced Staff Sergeant Pendergast as our platoon doc in the month of July, early month of July. So he hereby is being awarded his Stage 2 Combat Medical Badge for serving in that combat billet for his second operation during his first operation. So where he got Stage 1, and then obviously what he does for us on the ground and keeping us all upright, establishing those CCPs along with Snyder as his assistant. And then he's the one that makes sure that all our combat lifesavers are proficient as well. So congratulations on Stage 2 today. Cool.
Cool.
All right, Buffets. Thanks again, Sergeant.
Thanks, sir.
I'll expect you to be by my side today. I'll need you.
What?
All right, fall back in. All right. So next up, if I can get Ayers, Ivan, and Iricola post. All right, Buffets. All right, today we have these three. Iricola's not present, but is hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal for service of 12 months, 365 days to be exact. Has to be that number or higher to achieve the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. It's 12 months in a combat, with a deployment into our combat operations. In this case, Sergeant Ivan made it literally right to the day as he enlisted 1 year ago today. And then Poltrack, which actually listed tomorrow, is only 364 days. So that's how precise it is. So there's no overlap. But these three soldiers, we honored Ayers and Iricola last month for hitting their 2 years in our unit. And then throughout the month of July, they actually hit their anniversary of 2 years. So big congratulations. 2 years is a hell of an achievement. 1 more year from this month, and we'll be sending you your 3 year, and I look forward to that. But to be able to be issued your second, technically, for 2 of them, for Ayers and Iricola, and then Ivan's first. So congratulations on your medal. Hua.
What?
All right, Buffface. Congratulations, Sergeants. Fall back in. Alright. Private Trool, post. If he's present. I know he was working on his mods earlier. Yep, there he is. Alright. Buffface. Alright, so this soldier is a brand new enlistee. Actually just hit our rosters yesterday. Was able to get into the unit. So big thing with him, he's up here being honored with the National Defense Service Medal. A soldier enlisted with us, filed for the military verification, was verified. Private Troll here served in the U.S. Navy, including Operation Enduring Freedom. Is one of the big ones, to where we joked around to where he got to see a lot of sand from the beach side, and the rest of us saw it in our underwear. But it's great to have military veterans in our unit. That's one thing that really makes us unique, is our service members. For one, being awarded the National Defense Service Medal is only given to military verified soldiers of your nation. So it does not need to be the U.S. Military. As those that contact me from other nations also get that distinction, because it's very honorable for any soldier, any person, I should say, to sign that check payable to their life and hand it to their government. So it's something that many of us strive to do. Many of us in this mil sim are here because of that military experience, and we want to continue to replay that. And it fills a void. I know for myself personally, the unit fills a void of that military feel and military discipline and professionalism. And I find extreme joy in it, and I know that's the case for several others that I talk to that are veterans here. But then also, it sets us all like-minded people to play in a milsim like this together. So a big thank you for your service in the Navy, as well as what you do.
What?
Ballface. And I love that 240 on your back. Even that's what you used in real life, I'm told. So congratulations.
Thank you, Major.
Oh, fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get let me get Dio, McKinsey, and Donley, Franklin, and Bird post. All right, about face and cover down a little bit. There you go. Yeah, shift left. Dio. There you go. All right. So these 5 soldiers, 4 in front of you right now, are hereby being awarded the ARCOM, or the Army Commendation. Several of these, or all of these, either with a C or V device for Valor. So combat or Valor. So, much like the Army Achievement Medal, I have a fair amount of reading to do. I think our platoon staff and squad leaders like this, because they sure type up big-ass things. Alright, so we got Warrant Officer Dio with Valor. Warrant Officer Dio has shown that he will go above and beyond to ensure that Lieutenant Frost, or that went above and beyond to ensure that Lieutenant Frost was stabilized and good to move into first platoon, or move to the first platoon during Operation Blazing Vortex. He navigated himself and the lieutenant after their crash site to the airfield. I find that funny. So thank God we had a warrant officer there, because we know what you can't spell without LT, and that's lost, and that's funny. We have Special McKinsey with C device during Mission Canning Net. At the last objective, when an SL went down, Specialist McKinney organized the defense, held the flank with the rest of the squad while heavily being injured. Without him reorganizing the defense of the flank, we would have lost the objective itself, and Scorpions and the other squad's casualties would have been much worse. Specialist Donley with C device during Mission Tower Block. Donley took command of the squad while the squad leader went down and led the squad on the objective bellhop. While being injured in the attack, in the attack the objective with only 2 guys, and managed to help the other squads take it from the enemy. Without him taking lead and advancing on the objective, we would have seen more casualties from other squads and within Scorpions themselves. Franklin with V device during Mission Tower Block. 2nd Squad Ghosts assaulted an enemy prepared position at the east side of the objective apartment. During the assault, the squad took heavy crossfire, which resulted in mass casualties incident that incapacitated over 50% of the squad. While the other half moved onto the building on the 12 o'clock position, the element who was sent up to clear the 2nd floor were ambushed while pushing up the stairs, leaving Franklin the last member of the squad. He did not hesitate and single-handedly pushed up the stairs, eliminating all threats. Franklin then found Staff Sergeant Winters bleeding on the floor and immediately started TCCC preparations, or procedures. At the same time, getting on platoon frequency and alerting the platoon leadership about the situation. When help arrived, he kept pulling security, providing suppressive fire with his M249, while platoon medics were collecting casualties and providing aid. And then last, Bird with V device on Mission Tower Block. 2nd Squad got ambushed by an RPG that hit the striker, causing a ammo cook-off. PFC Bird at the time pushed up with his squad where he discovered that Sergeant Winters was still in the vehicle and was on fire. He risked his life entering the vehicle, extracting him from the said vehicle, patting down the fire. Later in the mission, during the platoon retreat, first squad Scorpions took heavy contact, resulting in PFC Bird being the only soldier from the squad left standing. He later administered aid to his squad members and was found a few minutes later by his squad leader, who had started to ferry the casualties back to the CCP. As soon as the casualties were loaded, unfortunately, the squad took a hit by an enemy RPG, as well as landing an accurate 40 Mike in between Bird and Staff Sergeant Winters, resulting in Winters being incapacitated. I think there's an ongoing story here, Sergeant Winters. While still conscious but suffering a lot of injuries, he proceeded to pick up the Staff Sergeant and carry him to the CCP. At the CCP, both of them received medical attention and survived. Okay. Winters, you owe me like 5 laps around the damn fob. for all those. Holy crap. Alright. So here, as you can see, massive amounts of reading, but outstanding job. All 5 of these soldiers, you can see how a C device or V device was attached to any of them was amazing. Being able to take care of your troops, make sure that you are leading from the front. There's a lot of valor going around, and obviously everything was involved in a combat operation. Anywhere from a helicopter crash, being literally the last man standing in your squad, to making sure that when the team leads or squad leads go down, you're stepping up. And that's exactly what you did under extreme stress, under extreme pressure, under extreme fire. Literally, sometimes fire. It doesn't go without notice that these are our leaders in our unit. So continue to do what you do, and thank you. Alright, Bellface. Congratulations. Fall back in. Alright. So next up, if I can get... let's go Strickland, who's currently on LOA. We got First Arm Brock, Cooper, Garcia, Ayers, Scanar, McKinsey, and Pendergast post.
Yeah.
Alright, Buffets. Alright. So these soldiers, I want to say First Sergeant, confirm or deny. I think these are all should be backdated to like May, right?
Affirm, yes sir.
Alright. So these soldiers, is failure of my leadership, I'm going to say, are hereby being awarded the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. So back in May, when we first launched into Operation Blue Giant, these soldiers qualified for our combat patch. So all 3 of these, all 3, all 8 of these soldiers are combat veterans. They've hit our 3 operations to earn their 3rd ID official combat patch. With that, in lieu of hitting that 3, also qualified for the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, which is usually, well, not usually, always awarded in possession of the 3rd ID combat patch for hitting 3 combat missions, or 3 combat operations. So these will be chalked up to administrative paper delay, and we will make sure that we get these backdated to coincide with that 3rd ID combat patch. This is an oversight on myself, so for one, I apologize, and will strive to do better on myself, but then also make sure that I'm overlooking a lot more things as I see a 3rd ID patch come through. So to be our veterans, to have that 3rd ID patch, a patching ceremony, as they would say, this is one, and it doesn't go without notice that every one of these guys and gals have been in our unit for the long term. I mean, 3 combat ops, that's at least 3 years of service. Some may be in different tours, but they do what they do. So a big thank you to these soldiers that hit 3 operations. Alright, congratulations, Buffets. Alright, thanks again, soldiers. I apologize. I'll do 5 laps myself. Alright, fall back in. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. So next up, if I can get Dio and Frost post. Alright, Buffus. Alright, so these 2 soldiers are here. They're a part of our 3 cab. Obviously, we know the lieutenant. He would have been lost without Dio, literally. But in the month of July, have earned the right to be called an Army Aviator. In this case, Warrant Officer 1 Dio has achieved his U.S. Army Aviator wings for completing and being promoted into that Warrant Officer slot out of Warrant Officer candidates. So he is officially awarded his Aviator wings. We then have the Lieutenant that qualifies and has hit his Senior Aviator badge with enough flight hours and combat operations. So a big hooah to both of these soldiers. Our flight detachment is extremely important to us. You know, there's a good friendly rivalry between the flight and the infantry. You know, and we love to razz each other in terms of things, but to be frank, without them, we'd be FO. We would not do very well on the ground without any resupply, without any pickups, extracts, or inserts. You know, the amount of stuff that we hit on the ground and the amount that these soldiers take out from the air prior to that enemy coming up to us goes without doubt up to our 3 cabs. So big congratulations on achieving your Aviator wings and your Senior Aviator wings. Hello.
Well,
Alright, Buffus. Congrats, soldiers.
Hey.
Fall back in. Actually, why don't you stay, Frost? Dio, go ahead, post.
Want me to just salute again?
Alright, Buffus. Alright. So, with the Lieutenant here, I'd like to award him the Air Medal with Valor. So this goes back to that operation where he was injured in Mission Blazing Vortex after a crash, after being stabilized by none other, Warrant Officer Dio. They both headed to the objective backdraft to link up with 1st Platoon Widowmakers. After linking up with the platoon, Lieutenant and Dio pushed onto the objective of that and helped clear out that objective. To, for one, get a pilot on the ground doing ground infantry things, and not fully dying is pretty talented. That was my plug towards that. But being able to do it as the way the Lieutenant did, you know, for one, surviving a crash with auto rotate or however the situation unfolded, that, you know, they ended up on the ground with their, I assume, age 64 totaled, right?
It was CH-47.
40. Oh, even bigger. Oh god. Okay, so a big bird gone. But outstanding job getting on the ground, making sure that you patch yourselves up, making sure that you guys you know, did what you guys did. Doesn't go unnoticed. You guys are the lifeblood of our 3 cab, and the amount of work that goes on to your shoulders doesn't go unnoticed. So I'm honored to award you your Air Medal. Ugh.
Ooh.
what?
Alright, Dollface. Thanks again, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Major.
Don't get lost now.
I'll try.
Alright, next up, if I can get First Sergeant Brock, Sergeant Ivan, and Sergeant Garcia, post. Alright, Dollface. As I mentioned before, back on when we promoted our PFCs, about a medal that is given off for literally voting on clans list, that one is the Humanitarian Service Medal. These 3 soldiers are consistently up here. I'm shocked they're not maxed out yet, but it's pretty damn close, I think, for some of them, to where they're constantly voting. So the way our clans list works is that you can vote up to 2 times a day from 2 separate platforms. 2 votes is tracked per day, per 24 hours technically, and is recorded on your user profile. If you look on your forum's profile, you'll see a little vote counter on the lower left corner as you scroll down. So if you're wondering where you're at, that's how you look. They have to get 60 votes in 30 days, so this means they do not miss a single 24-hour period without voting twice. As I said, it's a selfless act on all 3 of these parts. Everybody that votes, it's a selfless act, but this is the extreme dedication that I talk about to the unit. As you can see, it's no doubt why these 3 are in that NCO Corps. And lead from the front in what they do. So it's something that I have been striving to do myself to be able to get 60 votes. But one way or another, I always mess up and then get myself down a little bit because then I missed a day or 2, and it's going to start all over. I got a whole another 30 days to try. So a big thank you to these 3 because they're the reasons that we are able to be in the top 5, top 2, usually top 1. Position on Clans list, which then draws people to us just by being on the top of that web page. So big thank you to these 3. Ooh.
Hooah.
All right, Buffface. All right, fall back in. Appreciate you.
Thanks, sir.
Ooh. All right, next up, if I can get 5s post. Buffus. Specialist here is hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of Corporal E4, entering the NCO Corps as a junior NCO. The Corporal here blew out our promotion board and has been honoring us with his leadership inside his fire team. To become an NCO, to become a corporal, sergeant, anything like that, you have to be in a leadership position, meaning that you take on those extra responsibilities and you lead from the front. And that's something that the corporal here has done since re-enlisting with us. He was up here earlier for RRO, so it really goes throughout just who Corporal Fives is as a person. So big thank you, and thank you for serving with us. Cool.
Hooah.
All right, Buffus. Thanks, Corporal. Congrats. Same major. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Frost and Tucci post. All right, Buffface. All right, these 2 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal. So we awarded the GWAT for 3 combat operations. In this case, we have a total of 6 combat operations throughout their tours in our unit. In this case, it's awarded for shall be awarded to any soldier who is deployed in the unit to a region controlled by either terrorists and has assisted in the search for and removal of any terrorist, or assigned with missions regarding a terrorist plot, with no less than 6 operational mission or 6 operations. In this case, both these soldiers with Blue Giant marks their 6th combat operation within our unit, dating back for Lieutenant Frost. May 31st of 2015 was his first combat mission within our unit, and dating back to November 15th, 2015 for Cadet Tucci. So big thank you to these 2. That's a hell of a long time to serve with us in our unit. Sure, it might be a few tours to get to that point, but it shows that their commitment to us and what they have produced in terms of leadership. Obviously, they are both trusted members of our command staff as well. So it shows that longevity in the unit, their trusted guidance, and obviously being a mentor to many doesn't go unnoticed. So a big thank you to these 2. Hooah.
Hooah.
Hooah. Above face. Thanks again, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Babel and Fives post. Look at that beautiful posting. All right, Buffus. All right, both these corporals are hereby being awarded a medal that I call as the Enemy and Rifleman Marksmanship Badge, also known to us as the Purple Heart. So I'll read the citation for these two for being awarded the Purple Heart. Corporal Babel, acting as squad leader of 4th Squad Phoenix, was assigned to breach a southern wall of a town on objective Condo. During the event, the platoon suffered heavy casualties, resulting in the platoon leader ordering a tactical retreat. I call it a tactical advance in the other direction. Organized on the southern wall where CCP was set up. Despite the retreat order, Corporal Babel remained on the front line to organize the remaining soldier and have all the wounded secure and brought back to the CCP. While he continued to suppress the enemy located on the tall condominium building. To help the soldiers safely retreat during the process, he took multiple shots by the enemy fire, being one of the last soldiers out. The incidents left Corporal Babel heavily wounded, yet stayed in combat to support not only his men, but the retreat of the entire platoon. We have Corporal Fives, at the time team leader of Bravo team, was given the task to push into the town during operational mission Tower Block. He reached the southeast side of the town. Both the platoon leader and members of the squad got shot, one after another, after constant fire from the insurgents located in the blocks. Specialist Fives advanced just enough to reach Cadet Tucci's location and pull him into cover. Behind the building, while taking a couple shots to himself, after applying a tourniquet to himself, the specialist moves to grab the second wounded and pull them behind a trench, while getting his team to lay suppressive fire on the enemy, and reach superior firepower, helping to stabilize himself before assuming his position on engaging enemy contacts. So you kind of see how each of these roll out. Both are leaders. They're in that leadership position. They are pushing themselves. They made sure that they took care of their own troops. They took some fire. They took some hits. That's everybody. We all get hit, but it's really the circumstances of the leadership behind being hit, being selfless, making sure that they are taking care of the troops that they are around, and obviously making it happen as a result. We achieved our mission, we achieved that objective, and that goes to say what they do for us. So congratulations to both these corporals. Cool.
What?
All right, Buffets. Thanks again, soldiers. Congrats. All right, follow back in. Next up, if I can get now Warrant Officer Candidate Cooper post.
Already a day old, Major.
Oh, a day old. Yeah, Warrant Officer 1 now. Sorry. Buffets. All right. So, recommended for this medal, he's hereby being awarded the Meritorious Service Medal for his dedication and duty and due diligence to the company, to the platoon, and 4th Squad over the past year. Those that don't know, Staff Sergeant at the time led our 4th Squad, recently put in a transfer to pursue a career of aerobatics, I'll say, as a pilot. So Staff Sergeant Cooper has led his squad through successful deployments, developed plenty of leaders we see today in our platoon and our company, created a foundation for his squad that is unmatched to this day. His success in his squad has directly led to multiple successes for our platoon as well as the company over this past year. Staff Sergeant Cooper may not be leaving the unit, but the effects of The effects he has on his subordinates, peers, and superior are unmatched. The Staff Sergeant is more than deserving of this medal, and we expect to see him do great things as he develops and grows within our 3 cab. I couldn't agree any more with this write-up from Platoon on what the Staff Sergeant, now Warrant Officer 1, has done within our infantry side. Not only is he just a character that is great to be around, the entertainment, I guess you could say, you get from the Staff Sergeant at the time, and just being able to see him grow into his role. There's been times that we've called on him as the senior squad leader to help out in platoon level, be the platoon sergeant, and really run from there. I couldn't agree any more that this is well deserving, and we're honored that you have chosen to step that leadership into our 3 cab and see what you can do there. So congratulations and thank you. Cool. Balface. Thanks again, Warrant Officer 1.
Thank you, Major.
Now go crash some birds. Oh.
No.
All right. I got just making sure I'm checking my stuff. First off, if I can get Corporal Babel post. We're almost wrapped up. We're running a little long. Like I said, this was a big month for us, so which is a good problem to have. All right, Balface, Corporal. As I heard it whispered on the way up, we are hereby honored to be able to promote Corporal Babel to the E5 Sergeant rank. So the Corporal took over after Staff Sergeant moved into 3 cab. He is also last month honored as our Soldier of the Quarter, so it's only fitting that shortly after having that announcement that he is a shoe-in for our next SL. The way we select our SLs isn't by seniority. As you can see, he's a corporal. We have several other sergeants in our unit, and it's a choice between our platoon staff and our current SLs to make sure that we're picking and we're selecting the most viable squad leader, the most viable, not necessarily squad leader, just leader of our unit. And to see Sergeant Babel's name come across my desk and saying this is our next guy, we know it. I am very honored to be able to promote him to E5 today, and I'm very excited to see what the upcoming months and quarters look like to 4th Squad under his leadership. So congratulations.
E5.
All right, Balface. Congratulations, Sergeant.
Thank you, man.
Fall back in.
Hide your wives.
All right. Next up, if I can get Frost, Winters, Lewis, Ivan, Babel, Defrost, so both Frosts, Donley, and Gray post. Alright, Balface. Alright, so this is definitely a line of dedication. So these soldiers in the month of July participated in a school that ranged from, was 12 hours. So it was an overnight course for some, others obviously just daytime, so you got lucky. We had 3 cadre as well that served from our unit that we recognize. But we want to make sure that these soldiers here are hereby being awarded their Ranger tab. So, Ranger School teaches members leadership skills in a 12-hour high-intensity course. The first phase of Ranger School is the introduction and explanation of the mission, along with a quick training on the procedures and tactics that were expected and utilized to complete the objectives. Once the training phase is over, the mission starts with setting up a camp 1 hour after midnight, for our time, U.S. time, and guarding the camp and going on patrols during a 9-hour night. The course ended with a 2-hour intense combat, shortly paused for briefings in between missions. So it's an intense leadership school is really what Ranger School is. You know, it's hard to fathom what Ranger School can be. You know, in real life, it's a pain. You know, to be able to go through the real thing, to even be selected for the real thing. Obviously, how do you emulate that in a game function, right? And I think this course does it perfectly. Just the longevity of the course itself can be brutal to most. So being able to honor that and award these soldiers the Ranger tab goes without saying. So congratulations. Rangers lead the way, is what they say. And it's always great to be able to have more Rangers in this unit. Cool.
Hooah.
All right, go ahead, Buffface. Everybody but Lewis, Ivan, and Babel, you can go ahead and fall out. All right. So, Lewis, Ivan, and Babel. I have 4 of you up here. So, which one of you don't belong? Hey, there you go. All right. So these 3 soldiers. Oh, sorry. All right, about face. All right. These 3 soldiers are hereby being issued and awarded the French Fourragère. I need Pendergast to tell me how to say it again. The French. Yeah, what he said. So this is awarded to soldiers that achieve, I believe it's 4 out of 5 of our skill badges, including Ranger School, Airborne School, Air Assault, and Pathfinder, I think, which Pathfinder we don't run, so literally it's getting all of the ones that we run. I think it's 3 maybe out of 5 then. But these soldiers have achieved that by getting that Ranger tab and being able to have a nice, shiny French cord on their uniforms now. So this is just another thing that is awarded to soldiers of the 3rd Infantry Division. So congrats. Cool.
Hooah.
Bellface. Alright, congratulations. Fall back in. Alright, I'm just checking my notes, making sure that I got everything. As I said, this is a big ceremony, and it looks like we are golden. Alright, so to wrap up here quick, I know we have 45 minutes, and our mission brief here is right around the corner. So I just want to say outstanding job for the month of July. It was not only challenging and a struggle for us, but then how we persevered through it. I really appreciate our soldiers, our leaders that have stepped up and helped with motivation of soldiers, the morale of your squads, and everything that entails of running a combat unit like this. Welcome to our new soldiers. I hope you enjoy your time in our group, as well as thrive to get to that next position, that next promotion, to get up here next month, hopefully, if you haven't already. So without further ado, I'll have Cadet Tucci post. All right, let's dismiss the troops and get them ready for combat. Oh.
Hooah. Alright, Widowmakers, so congratulations on all the promotions and awards. We're running a little bit late today, so we're going to go ahead and restart the server. Once you reconnect, make sure to change your names if you got promoted. And don't forget afterwards to put in a BMO request. Sorry, not a BMO request, CID request, and everything will be good. So I'll see you guys back here in about 5-10 minutes.
Oh. All right. So we will go ahead and restart the server soon. I'm going to actually just drop stream, change the title, and come on back. So if you are going to be watching us today via YouTube or YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, be sure you stop in and come say hi again, and we'll check you out. All right. Thanks for stopping in, everybody.